What's up guys, my name is Ace, and today we got a quick update from Call of Duty regarding a key change that's going to be made to the third-person mode based on feedback from the beta. Now just a quick disclaimer here, the only gameplay I have from third-person was from the Call of Duty Next event, so that's what you're seeing here. I'm playing against some really amazing players, so that's why the gameplay may not be that great. But the reason I only have third-person gameplay from the COD Next event is I simply had zero interest in playing third-person throughout the beta, and the primary reason I had no interest in this is due to the fact that it was a hybrid between third-person and first-person. And what I mean by that is when you're moving around the map, it's in third person, but the moment you aim down sight with any gun, it would put you into a first person mode. And that just seemed kind of backwards to me. It seemed kind of pointless to be playing third person when all your gunfights are taking place in first person anyway. And this is the update that we got today. For launch, the third-person mode is now going to be a proper third-person mode where when you go to aim down sight, it just zooms in over your shoulder and you also still gain that accuracy while aiming down sight. You just don't see it in first person anymore. Now, there is an exception to this though. If you're using any optic on your gun that's 4x zoom or higher, it will still put you into a first-person mode, which makes sense. If you're sniping, for instance, you want to actually be able to see the scope for that. And I think that's also going to be balanced just fine because assuming they're handling it the same as Modern Warfare 2019, which I think they are, any optic with 4x zoom or higher is going to show glint when you aim down sight in the direction of your enemy, and therefore in this third-person mode, you'll always know when somebody is actually in that first-person mode aiming down sight because they will be showing off that glint. And I think this is an excellent change. I'm really happy to see this, and I may actually dabble with third-person mode at least every now and then. It's obviously not going to become like my main mode or anything, but for a change of pace, I may actually be interested in it now. Whereas with that hybrid system where every time you aim down sight, regardless of the zoom level of your optic, you're always in first person, I really had zero interest in ever touching that mode. Now, one question I have, though, that pops up here is what about variable zoom optics? I'm not sure how they're going to handle that, where if you have a variable zoom where you have a low zoom setting that's less than 4x zoom, and then when you toggle it, it goes to a greater than 4x zoom, will that like toggle you between first and third person, or how are they going to handle that? That's something I'm very curious to check out. But yeah, overall, like I said, I think this is a good change. I have been seeing some people mention that they'd like to see this on a toggle instead, because some people did like that hybrid where when you aim down sight, you go into first person all the time. But I think that would create a lot more inconsistency and some potential balancing issues as well, where you never really know if somebody has the ability to be in third or first person in the middle of a gunfight. But yeah, that's pretty much it when it comes to my thoughts on this third-person mode change. While I think it is a positive change, it's also something that's going to affect a very small percentage of the player base, because I don't think third-person is going to be an incredibly popular mode. But it is a positive change nonetheless, and I'm more so curious to see what other changes they're going to be making from beta till launch. And I'm curious to see if they end up going this route where they just sort of drip feed this information with each individual change. They just like post an image on Instagram like they did here, or if we're going to be getting like a full-on blog post, which I hope we get. I hope we get a solid blog post at some point before launch so we know what to expect going into it. And if we do, of course, I will keep you guys updated on the channel. And this is where I want to hear from you guys in the comments down below. First off, what did you guys think about the third-person mode throughout the beta of Modern Warfare 2? And second, what do you think about this change that they're making for launch where it's always going to be that over-the-shoulder view unless you're aiming down sight with a 4x magnification or higher? Just let me know down below. If you enjoyed the video, a like rating is always appreciated. And don't forget to subscribe for more if you haven't already. I'll talk to you guys next time.